Boss 1. Banishiga. Raid wide. Knuckle sandwich. Closely watch the boss's arm. She will spin it around 1, 2 or 3 times. The number correlates to the size of the AoE impact. For example, 1 arm spin, just the first centre circle, 2 spins, then the 2 circles from the centre, and 3 spins, all of the indicated AoEs. You need to stand at the edge of the correct explosion in order to run straight into it after it goes off to avoid a follow-up donut of equal size. Nullifying dropkick. Triple tank buster, all tanks stack with mitt. Banish storm. 2 and later 3 staffs will have arrows indicating the directions which pathing AoEs will move out in. Find a safe spot not in line with any of the arrows. Holy. Spread markers, fan out. Crystalline thorns / auroral uppercut. Same as the first mechanic, that you need to count the amount of time she spins her arms. This time 1 equals short knockback path, 2 mid and 3 long distance. Count the arms and then position that correct distance so that it doesn't punch you into the spikes or off the arena. I normally do 1 inside the middle, 2 outside the spikes and 3 to a far safe arena corner. Banishiga 4. Raid wide that leaves behind orbs. Dial animations indicate those about to go off, so move away from each set as they animate. Aurorian Fist. Full party multi-hit stack. The boss will now combine the previous AoE mechanics with the same arm wind-up ones to distract you from counting the arm spins, so stay vigilant to count when you see Knuckle Sandwich or Auroral Uppercut cast. Boss 2. Dark Matter Blast. Raid wide. Offensive posture. 1 of 3 AoEs based on the boss's animation. Tail raised / glowing. Huge rear and side conal, with the safe spot being a pizza slice shape directly in front of the boss. Flying / glowing feet. Large circle AoE in the centre, much bigger than the boss's hitbox, so stand well back. Flying / glowing mouth. Donut, safe spot inside the hitbox. Though it is very important to not only be inside the hitbox, but also stand under the boss's head for the next mechanic. The boss will quickly follow up with the large circle AoE centre version. But this time, the fire ring which is on the outside will limit where you can dodge. The fire ring will gradually start to disappear, starting from where it was first applied. Hence, standing near the head previously will allow you to be positioned for a swift exit when the fire there disappears first. Baleful Breath. Repeated group stack. Sharp Spike. Tank busters. Everyone else stay away. Adds will spawn, group them up and AoE them down. Hurricane Wing. Repeated hard-hitting raid wides. Healers, be on your toes. This is followed by a heavy AoE dodge section. You'll have to contend with either an AoE that pulses out in the middle, like this, or the opposite that pulses from the outside. Ensure to focus on this one, wait for the animation to go off, then dodge through it. And also be very wary of the large tornadoes, which will pretty much kill you. Absolute Terror. Huge line AoE through the centre, dodge to either of the boss's sides. Second ad / wing terror. You may miss the boss cast here as you'll be targeting the ads, so pay attention for the boss's wings glowing purple. Move to the centre, as this will be large AoEs on either side of the arena. Horrid Roar. Small AoEs baited on players. Move away on sight. Boss 3. Each party will get tethered to their own boss. They can only attack this one initially. Note there is no value in splitting the bosses apart at any point in the fight. Keep them centre where possible. There will be a series of mechanics to handle. 3 AoE tank busters spread away from the tanks. Evil Eye / AoE patterns. First we'll get 2 back-to-back cross AoE patterns. The Evil Eye will actually go off when the second set of cross AoEs go off, so ensure you are facing away from it at this point. A large AoE will then immediately grow out. Run to avoid this, but aim to move back towards its centre for a follow-up donut, which is easy to get caught out by. Before the donut, there'll also be a pizza slice AoEs to dodge, but dodge these towards where the donut will be. The mage boss, Archangel TT, will cast Meteor, which should be interrupted by the team fighting it. There will then be rotating AoEs. Stand behind any one of them based on the rotation direction and follow as they all move. This is followed by a knockback to position 4 in the centre. There'll then be 3 party stacks. Stack in your individual parties, which should be easy given everyone should be with their own party on their own boss. Guillotine. The mage boss will move to one side and cast a very large arena AoE, for which you need to be behind him for. Note, throughout, if you keep all the boss's centre, it makes it much easier to see when the mage is going to do his attacks, as he always moves off towards the side and you may not be targeting him. Transition to Angel, EV and HM. For the rest of the fight, you're free to attack anyone. Dominion slash Ususami. Raid wides. 3 players will then get tethers to the bosses, indicating they need to run away and stay away from the bosses who will give chase. There will also be pulse AoEs for everyone else to dodge, ending with a large cross AoE through the centre. Holy, raid wide. Miniji Gakor. Quickly kill the boss shielding, then after interrupt the attack of the ad behind. Large red AoE line/circle pattern. Watch the AoE's path for a safe spot, but stay centre until you see where the final large circular AoE will be, so you can ensure you dodge on the opposite arena side to it. There will always be multiple safe spots which you can stand in for the whole mechanic. All the bosses will eventually be present and will repeat previous mechanics. Note, pay particular attention to the mage, Angel TT's movement to avoid/interrupt its attacks. Others are all telegraphed in plenty of time to dodge. Boss 4, Giga Slash. Boss will indicate an order of left-right AoEs, and then later in the fight a front or back third AoE. The side attacks both curve way past the centre line, so dodge the side attacks in line with the little arrows on the sides of the boss's hitbox. The animation can be hard to follow, so try to position behind the boss for a better view. Move to the side away from the first animation, then dodge across after it triggers. Umbra Smash. An order of 4 line AoEs in a cross. Each will go off and then trigger more AoEs pulsing from them. Stand by the first or second line put down and dodge into it after it goes off. Then weave around the subsequent AoEs as they appear. Flames of Hatred. Raid wide. Implosion. Circle AoEs a bit bigger than the boss's hitbox, plus a half arena AoE on the side which the boss's orb grows larger. Move out directly in front or behind the boss and concentrate on the orbs to determine which side's going to be safe. Psionic Fun. Arena change. 4 rings will then appear. Spikes on each will indicate whether it's inside or outside of the ring which is safe, e.g. if the spikes are facing outwards, then safe spot is inside the ring. Second time around, a second set of spikes in a square will additionally mean you need to position on the correct side of them, as well as in or out of the rings. Dark Nebula. Position to be knocked back from one circle to another. Later this will be a series of 4 knockbacks. You need to pay attention to the position of the first and second, moving to be knocked back by the first to the side from which the second is emanating from. This will set you up to essentially be knocked in a rotation around the arena. Echoes of Agony. Full party stack. Nightfall. Heavy raid wide plus boss transition. Giga Slash will now add the additional third front or back swipe. Shadow Spawn summons 2 clones. Clones will mirror the boss's attacks. The boss will start with a triple Giga Slash. Ensure as you are executing on this, you look for the clone who will now be indicating another Giga Slash, though this will only be a 2-hitter. The boss will then quickly follow with Implosion, which will then also be done by the second clone. Unbridled Rage. Line tank buster on each tank. No one stand in line with the tanks, followed by spread markers. Binding Sigil. Series of AoEs. They will overlap, but their centres won't. Remember one of the first sets and move into its centre as soon as it goes off. This can be a tight way to do it, so I'd normally use Sprint. Damning Strikes. 3 party stacks. Try your best to split into 3 parties to cover each. Umbra Smash / Nightfall. Same cross pattern from the start of the fight. After the first one resolves, the clones will repeat the same from the intercardinals. Doom Arc. I didn't actually manage to see the end of this cast on multiple runs, or even see it at all sometimes, but it does look very much like a party wiping in Rage. Please let me know in the comments if this is correctly the case. All done. If you found this video helpful, then please drop a like, sub, or comment on your opinion on the raid. Love to hear your thoughts. Like and subscribe to complete the duty.